Welcome to Lapis Moon Tarot. In this reading, we are going to take a look at your career and at your personal life. So whether that's with a love interest or friendships, your interpersonal relationships, and see what messages come through from your guides, from your angels regarding your career and your interpersonal life. So we are going to do 3 different piles. If you are drawn to this pyrite or to the Lucid Dreams Tarot, pile number 1 will be yours. If you are drawn to this amethyst, and I believe it's a different kind of amethyst, it's an angel aura amethyst, or the Wandering Star Tarot, pile number 2 will be your reading. Or if you are drawn to this beautiful Obsidian Heart, or the Mystic Mondays Tarot, group number 3 will be your reading. So take a really long, deep breath and choose your pile. When you've made your choice, your timestamp will be in the first comment and in the description below. I'll get started with group number 1. Group number 1, if you chose the Pyrite and the Lucid Dreams Tarot, this will be your reading. So we're going to do 1 line for career and 1 line for your interpersonal relationships. The fact that you've chosen Pyrite here feels like, you know, you've got your money on your mind and your mind on your money, right? So very career oriented, very wealth, growth, abundance oriented. And Pyrite is a beautiful crystal to work with. So if you keep it in your workspace, if you keep it in your creative space, it does attract wealth. I mean, it looks like gold. The other name for Pyrite is fool's gold, and it allows for you to bring in that energy of abundance, of wealth, of luxury into your workspace. So we're going to pick 1 oracle card for your career and clarified with 5 tarot cards. Okay, we've got 2 that have come out: indecision in the reverse and friendships in the reverse. Indecision says, I use my intuition in all aspects of my life. And friendship says, I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. The fact that this has come through in the reverse on your career line makes me feel like there is a project or a collaboration that has been brought to you or brought forward to you by a friend, and you're really unsure whether or not you want to mix business with friendships, right? Because you don't want to jeopardize the friendship and you don't want to jeopardize the creative flow. Perhaps this project is really near and dear to your heart and you don't want to have anyone step on your toes or step on anyone else's toes in getting this goal out there, right? In fulfilling what is in your heart when it comes to this project, this goal, this career path. It could be even that a friend has suggested you for a workplace and you're not sure that you want to accept because you feel, again, there might be some expectations then on the friendship, or it might change your friendship. So this looks like it's coming more in the reverse. I feel like you're losing sleep over it. 4 of Swords to me talks about burnout. So and exhaustion is coming up here in here, restlessness as well. So yeah, you're losing sleep because you're wondering, like, what is the right course of action? And you can't make a clear decision when you're feeling tired and drained by the situation, by what you feel is kind of forced upon you. Because the Wheel of Fortune here is coming through in the reverse, and it talks about how when things are going our way. The wheel of fortune is in our, favor. Everything seems to go smoothly. When you're on the right path or when your soul is aligned, things are easy. Things move with flow. Things move with ease. They feel good. And this doesn't feel good. So it's kind of like a intuitive hit to let you know that, yeah, no, this doesn't feel right. There's something off about it. The card itself says bad luck, clinging to control, stuck in an old karmic cycle, resistance to change, unwelcome change. So yeah, I feel like in the depths of your heart that this would be a bad decision to form a collaboration or a partnership or work with or for this friend, that you shouldn't be mixing business and friendship. You kind of already know. So let's see if we could clarify a little bit more with 3 more cards. Okay. Yeah, 2 of Pentacles, making a choice, right? So you're stuck between staying where you are or choosing to take this risk, and you're weighing your options and it doesn't look good for this friendship, for this collaboration right now. But it's still, it's up in the air until you make a firm decision, right? And look at that. You've got Jupiter that has come through 3 times on each card. That's really interesting to me because Jupiter is the planet of blessings and opportunities and expansion. But in this case, these 2 cards with Jupiter in the reverse, it's kind of like you're going to be blessed. I don't foresee any issues when it comes to how hard you work, how successful you'll be, but it could be just not in this endeavor, right? So weigh your options really well. Do what feels right to you. Don't feel pressured. Yeah, look at that. Another card of indecision. 2 of Swords. Time to make a move, reached an impasse, stalemate, deadlock decision, conclusions to be had. See how her heart is blocked off by the swords and she's got a blindfold on. Feeling very blocked with either her emotions overwhelming her, and so she's trying to guard her heart, and not trusting what she sees in front of her. That's interesting because I've never seen that card in that light. It's like you don't want to be blinded by the shiny, dangling carrot that is this opportunity, because deep down intuitively that there's something off about it, or it could result in a deterioration of the friendship later on. And you don't want that, obviously. Wow, the Death card. Resistance to change, inner purging, stagnation, inability to change, stuck, decay, repeating negative patterns. The Death card talks about an ending and a new beginning, but the fact that it's in the reverse, it's that resistance. It's almost like the right decision to make for you, but you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. You don't want to rock the boat. But that repeating negative pattern here, it talks to me about people pleasing, feeling like you have to please everyone else, put yourself last, put others first, not even listen to your own intuition, and to not repeat that cycle. That it's okay to say no. No is a very powerful statement, and it is your right not to overextend yourself, not to invest your energy in something that you feel isn't aligned with you. So you're not doing the wrong thing by saying yes to yourself and no to someone else. And if it's a true friendship, if it is based on respect and mutual care, that person is going to understand. They're not going to make you feel guilty or try to manipulate you into taking this offer. I'm going to get you 1 more oracle card, and just to clarify why it's coming up in the reverse. And we're going to read the career message for that card. So number 31. So the essential meaning is motives, driving intentions, the power of knowing the why. And the prosperity message is knowing the motives behind your career and creative ventures is the ticket to your greatest success. It's time to ask yourself some probing questions. Are you driven by a desire to serve? Does your prosperity impact the greater good? When you envision your most prosperous life, are you guided by a sense of purpose or by need to make money, acquire things, save for the future, or all of these? No motive is good or bad, but having agendas hidden from yourself will lead to disappointment and possibly failure. Be clear about why you want the things you do. If the motives are true, accept them. If they are not, change them so you can step into your extraordinary life. I love that. And because it's come through in the reverse, I'm actually going to read you the protection message as well. Sometimes subconsciously denying the truth may drive you towards a specific outcome that actually aligns with an intention hidden from your awareness. For example, you may want to be prominent in your profession, but your desire is not really about sharing your talents, but about making yourself feel better because fame would cause people to admire and approve of you. Or you may want to reunite with a partner who rejected you because you believe that your love continues to be strong, but deep down, yet what you really desire is to have the last word with that person. Now is the time for deep soul searching of the why that drives your choices. What you uncover will set you free and bring you ever closer to the happiness you seek. I feel this really alludes to that people-pleasing character that I was talking about, where check that motivation when you're hesitant to say no to something that is so abundantly clear to me from these cards is not for you. And you know this in the depths of your heart, but you're delaying that decision because you don't want to hurt someone's feelings. That doesn't serve you. It doesn't serve them. You know, sometimes it's better to just rip that band-aid off. And if the friendship is strong, it will carry on. That's not something you should have to fear, especially with a true friendship. So it looks to me like your career and your interpersonal life is very much one and the same at the moment. Like the message is really coming through almost in the same line, but I'm going to see if there is another interpersonal message that's coming through here for you. Change. Wow, we heard that word so many times. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. That's really interesting. Let's clarify that. So it could be a change in your social circle, in a dynamic with a friendship, and a dynamic with a partner. Let's see and clarify. I love this. The Fool, a new beginning, a new friendship. Maybe you meet the right group of people. Maybe there's a project that you really want to put out there, and this collaboration wouldn't have worked out, but a different one might, right? So the actual card says new beginnings, innocence, originality, fearlessness, free spirit, fresh hope, taking chances, new paths, spontaneity, and leap of faith. And that is the key here. It's a leap of faith. It's knowing that saying no to this is not the end all of your journey in your career, you know, or your friendships. Saying yes to the right people is going to propel you even into deeper friendships, deeper connections. Being true to yourself and starting this beginning with a leap of faith. I love that for you. We've got the Star. There's healing happening here for you. The card itself says lack of faith, loss, hope, despair, disconnection, depression, impotence, despondent, and negativity. But I think this stems from perhaps the manipulative nature of this person that you're dealing with, that it's so hard for you to say no because you don't want to be dragged down by their comments, by them making you feel guilty or making you feel shame or obligated to take them up on this offer. And they kind of prey on your people-pleasing demeanor, on your kindness, on your willingness to help and to be a part of projects, but not in a good way, but in a, you know, in a very self-serving way, where you're this beautiful free spirit that needs to express himself or herself in your own unique way, but they're kind of like trying to siphon your energy for themselves. And not to lose faith, not to lose hope. We've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse here. Financial failure or loss of investment, dark side of wealth, deep family conflict over money, and breaking tradition. I get it now. That's why your interpersonal and career are so melded in this reading. This is a family member. This is a family member that wants you to come and work in the family business or have the same type of career that they did, follow in their footsteps, follow the, the company line, not make ripples, not break free, not do your own thing. And they're very stifling. And they're kind of dangling this fear over your head that, oh, the career that you're choosing isn't stable, you're going to have financial hardship, why are you breaking up the family? Like all kinds of manipulative lines to keep you in line, to keep you from breaking free. And it's draining. I mean, it is very toxic. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles, lack of focus, quality, motivation, or ambition. Perfectionism, lack of desire, output, lazy, dead-end jobs, low skills, or mediocrity. This is what that job feels like to you. Like you have no motivation. You don't even want to do this work. You might be skilled at it, but it's not where your passion lies. It's not where your purpose lies. So just because you're good at something, or perhaps even you went to study that career, doesn't mean that that's what your soul came here to do. We're allowed to change our minds. We're allowed to change our paths. We're allowed to try out different things until we find what fits. Last card, the World in reverse. Personal closure, refusing to close out a life cycle, shortcuts, delays, haven't learned or completed current soul lessons. Yeah. You're healing, you're growing, you're figuring yourself out. You're trying to understand your own way in the world, your own path in the world. And it's okay to take your time. It's okay to work through these feelings, to recognize what this is, to see how you want to gently untangle yourself from this situation, and to give yourself grace so that you can complete out this cycle, end this chapter and say, like, it's time for me to live for myself. Oh my goodness, I just realized the World card is the end of the major arcana and the Fool is the beginning, and it literally is like perfectly aligned here with the Fool at the start and the World at the end. Remember back at the beginning when you had all these big dreams for yourself, when you wanted to do more, when you knew yourself before all this programming or this idea that you had to be a certain way to please your family or have a certain career, all of these programming that's coming down on you now. What you originally were inspired by, that's what you're going to go back to. Right now, you're just kind of figuring out how to deal with your family in a gentle way without losing yourself. And sometimes, it requires boundaries, it requires distancing, it requires talking to someone, learning some coping mechanisms. I'm just going to lay it out there. I'm not a professional, but that's what I see here. Chaos and conflict in the reverse, number 33. Let's read the relationship message there. So, the essential meaning is disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the values of chaos before order. In a relationship, stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. Can you find a way through the storm of emotions to higher ground? Soon the air will clear, and you will be in a much better place than before, for the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightening, always better than before, if you use this time constructively. And the protection message as well, because it did come through in the reverse. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is a positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how the situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. I love that because I was talking about that. Like, I really get the sense that you want to resolve this gently, amicably, in a way that you keep your relationships, but you also stay true to your values. And so if you were waiting for a confirmation as to when is a good time to broach this topic, to set your boundaries, to voice your opinion, this seems like the opportune time, right? So let's leave you with one final message here. Group number 1. Yeah, I love that. Everlasting Daisy, fortitude, be brave and dig deep. Absolutely. You have the grit, the determination, the skills, the knowledge, the resilience to get through this and to get what you want, and not to have to sacrifice your sense of self, your values, your purpose to do so. I hope this has resonated. If it has, send me a like, send me a comment, and if you still feel inclined, you can subscribe to my channel for more readings like this. Group number 2, if you chose this Angel Aura Amethyst or the Wandering Star Tarot, this will be your reading. So right off the bat, I see a lot of third eye activation. You've been doing meditation work, introspection work. The amethyst is a crystal to use when you're trying to open your third eye. Maybe you've been meditating with holding a amethyst to your third eye. And also this eye here in this amethyst color on the card, it just, everything lines up. Like, it's a very spiritually awakened moment for you. And I'd love to see how that is affecting your career and your interpersonal life, because I feel like there's a reorganization happening right now for you. You're realigning your purpose, you're realigning your values, you're really taking stock of what is in your life and what you want in your life at the moment. And so let's get an oracle card for your career, and then 5 tarot cards to confirm and elaborate on the message. So look at that color as well. Imagination. Embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Beautiful. I see a connection here between your third eye and your heart chakra with this green and a little bit of pink coming here. It could be that your meditation practice would benefit from a heart activation as well. Perhaps some self-love and self-care, some nurture would be very beneficial too. Especially sometimes when we go down the spiritual path, that introspective path, it can make us neglect the fact that we're also beings that are in a physical body, and we need to nurture and nourish that physical body as well. It's all interconnected. Like, there needs to be a holistic approach to your spirituality, to your creative process, to the way you take care of your body, the way you sleep, how much water you drink. All of those things come into play. Wow, the Death card. Transformation, new beginnings, ending, change. Yeah, this is huge. I was feeling that for you. It's very much big life energy, right? This is major arcana. The Death card is always about the ending of something that no longer serves you and the beginning of something that is more aligned. And look at that third eye being highlighted again. you're very aware of the changes happening and the transformation happening in your life, and it's affecting every aspect. So it could be right now you're no longer aligned with your current career. It no longer speaks to you. It doesn't matter how much they're paying you. It doesn't matter how successful you are at it. You want something more creative. You want to have more freedom. I see you wanting to organize your day in a way that allows you to flow better, to be more creative, to take rest when you need to not feel like a machine or, a cog in the machine, right? The mother star in the reverse. That's really interesting. Are you giving yourself permission for this change, though? It almost feels like holding yourself back because you feel it could be too good to be true to have this type of lifestyle, or you don't want to give up something that's stable for something that's risky. But it is a yes card. The mother star is telling you like to go for it, but I feel like the doubt is coming from yourself, and it's a battle between your heart and your mind, where your heart is in it but your mind is trying to talk you out of it. And the bridge between the two is your third eye, is your intuition, to help you connect with your fate, to help you understand you're on the right path, to have that belief in yourself, and also that connection to God, to divinity, knowing that you are being held, you are safe, you are okay to take risks, you are okay to make a change. And look at that too, the butterfly wings, confirmation of this transformation in your life. Like, don't fight the change, don't fight the transformation. It's going to be okay. It could feel scary while you're in it, but it's definitely for your good. The Chariot in the reverse, yeah, you're holding yourself back. Look at these like major arcana cards coming through here. Journey, success, and progress. It's a balance thing for you, because the Chariot also talks about balance. In the original tarot, the two Sphinx, one is black and one is white. It talks about the balance between the shadow and the light, the introspection and the physical, the feminine, the masculine balance. To me, it's a balance between your heart and your mind. It's like you're talking yourself out of it. Not necessarily on purpose, but it's this underlying current of self-sabotage. Maybe worthiness as well. That's too many. I'm going to keep going. But you can't fight these cards. You can't fight what the Death card. Like, the ending is there. And I don't think you want to either. I think you really want this change. You definitely know that you can't stay in the situation you're in. Two of Cups coming in the reverse. It could be you're in a partnership where you work, and that could be the hesitation because you'd have to break up a partnership. It could be with someone you really respect and admire. You don't want to hurt this person's feelings or create problems for them by leaving. But look at that eye again in here. Intuitively, in your heart of hearts, you can't stay. It's about you want to exit gracefully, and I really admire that. I really appreciate that. You're trying to find an honorable way to discontinue this line of work, this partnership, this collaboration you're in. King of Wands in the reverse. That's not your passion anymore. In the upright, it says honor, standards, wisdom, motivation. The King of Wands is all about passion. It's about charisma. It's about finding what lights you up and going after it. And where you are right now, you are not lit up. You are not passionate about it. It's not what you want to do anymore. And it's okay to change your mind. That's why it's coming to an end. Let's get you an oracle card to close out the career, to kind of give you advice, perspective, perhaps even in how you can deal with exiting gracefully from this current position. Because you don't want to block yourself, especially just to spare the feelings of someone else. that's not living in your own truth. That's not honoring your own purpose. Thinker 44. Let's read that from the book. So the essential meaning, strategy, being analytical and logical. Yeah, it's that heart and mind battle happening within you. Prosperity message, calculated action is called for now. It's important to sit down and plan a strategy. Focus on the steps you're going to take to claim your prosperous life. Lists are your friends now. So get out your journal. Write down what you're going to do today to signal to the universe that you're serious about attracting abundance. Your plans and strategies will yield wonderful results. Remember, your most effective strategy partner is spirit. You will win this game, and your triumph will be for the highest good of all. I love that. That's a beautiful intention to place when you're writing out the strategy, is to start it off and to say, this is what I wish, this is what I want to bring about in my life for the highest and greatest good of all involved. And so your intention is already set with the highest good, with the greatest good, for yourself as well. Like, don't sacrifice yourself for the peace that others, or the status quo that others have become used to. Like, you are deserving of honoring your own purpose too. Let's see what the interpersonal line has for you. And I don't think you're going to have a problem. I think you're a very logical person. You might actually be an air sign, which is why a decision that's heart-based is a little bit more difficult for you, because you are usually very analytical. You think things through. You don't let your heart make decisions for you. But as you're growing your intuition, you're finding that your heart is actually a great tool for making decisions as well. Look at this. Friendship. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. I feel like this speaks to this partnership too. Like, you don't have to fear this partnership or this friendship coming to an abrupt end because you have outgrown it, or you have outgrown the position you're in. And if it does leave, then that's for a reason too, right? So let's get you 5 cards to clarify. In your case, it feels like your interpersonal relationships and your career line are very entangled, and because it's such a awakened moment for you, you're going through an awakening. I can see why. It's like a total reorganization of your life right now. So it's going to affect a lot of different aspects. So let's get you 5 cards to clarify. 3 of Pentacles, collaboration with the intent of creating a business. So it says enterprise, success, talent, and teaching. To me, the 3 of Pentacles is 3 or more people coming together to collaborate in a very successful way. Like, you're all bringing your own skill sets, and it's a very equal playing field. There's no hierarchy. It's very cohesive. It flows, and it's very successful because there's respect for what everybody brings to the table. So it seems to me like you leave this behind to create something new, and in doing so, you meet like-minded people. You form strong bonds, strong friendships with these people, and you're all very successful too. Strength card in the reverse, courage, strength, and control. To me, this feels like exercising too much self-control almost. Like, maybe you're a very guarded person, especially when you meet people, and there's nothing wrong with that, but do not let it block you from deepening friendships, deepening relationships. That guardedness, like, it comes across as strength for you, like your definition of it, like being stoic almost. But in some ways, it also holds you back, because then people feel that you're unapproachable until they, break through your guard, and then they see at the heart of you, you're, this amazing person. But they would have never known had they not put that effort in. That was too many. I'm going to keep shuffling. So maybe just knowing that about yourself, maybe you're realizing that about yourself as you're doing this introspective work, that you are quite guarded, maybe a little intimidating to others. Again, too many. I'm going to keep shuffling. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. So this is starting something new and going into it with a lot of hope and talent and almost like earth magic as well. This card feels like being grounded. It's, you know, it's definitely rooted in abundance. In the reverse, it's almost like not trusting yourself completely. And I want to say the skill you don't trust yourself completely in is in your friendships sometimes. Maybe you feel a little bit socially awkward, like it's a little, you're introverted. That's the right word. So it does take you a little longer to open up to people, to get to know people very well, to let them in into that guarded nature of yours. And so it's almost like a skill you're practicing and also realizing about yourself that you do this. 7 of Cups. I see that through this collaboration, through people getting to know you, through your self-realizations, you start having more openness. And as your interactions increase, like, you're going to have more choices. You're going to have more people coming up and interested in getting to know you. Like, you're actually a very attractive person personality-wise, and I want to say even like physically. It's like a glow-up moment for you. And a lot of people are around you. You know, a lot of people are vying for your attention, especially at work. I say this collaboration, there's a lot of admiration for you, and it's giving you a lot of choices, but also it kind of triggers a little bit of anxiety in you because you're not used to getting all this attention, and you're wondering, like, what is the motivation? Like, are people truly being sincere, or is there some kind of ulterior motives and why they're trying to show you all this attention? But I want to assure you, like, it's you, it's your glow up, it's you making all these changes in your life, it's all the self-realizations, the confidence is growing, and so, you know, you're just becoming more attractive. You're going to have a lot more options when it comes to friendships, collaborations, even romantic partnerships, if you're interested in that as well. Like, it's just very much a glow up season for you right now. Get you one last card here. Oh, I love this for you. Temperance, guidance, healing, moderation, and balance. Yeah, a lot of healing for you. A lot of self-realization, introspection, healing shadow, I want to say. Healing aspects of yourself that have been maybe holding you back. Being more outspoken, connecting with your heart more. Like, it's truly beautiful. Yeah, I really love this. And you know, this is Aquarius coming through here, so it does feel like you're an air sign. You could have Aquarius in your top 3. You're an air sign connecting with your heart, and I really love that for you. Trusting it, trusting your intuition. Aquarius is definitely like to do things outside the box anyway, so to me it feels very aligned that you're stepping out onto your own and creating an enterprise or a business of your own. Did we get an oracle card? Community. Love that for you. Yeah, it just very much feels like a large number of people are around you, like-minded people who really admire you, who really support you. You're really going to find your people. It almost feels like divinely inspired. It could be your like soul family. Number 8, the essential meaning. Belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendships, knowing your place in the world. The relationship message says, you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the others follow. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another. Accepting the truth that everyone has flaws is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Yeah, this really feels like it sounds weird to say this, but customizing the type of experience you want to have when it comes to your friendships. And the more authentic you are, the more in your purpose you are, the more you let down your guard and let others in, the more you glow up and the more you attract the like-minded people, because they can see it, you know, that you are open, you are honest, and you're going to also be able to use your discernment better too, because you're connecting with that intuition and who you let into your life. So it's very lovely energy. Let's get you one final message. Oh, you get a few actually. Awareness. Wake up, roll the clouds away and look. Azalea, temperance, find balance and be centered. And that's repeating that message here. And tiger lily, security, choose the safe harbor for now. I hope this has resonated. If it has, send me a like, send me a comment, and if you so feel inclined, you can subscribe to my channel for more readings like this. Group number 3, if you chose this obsidian heart, I hope that comes through in the video, how there's like layers to it. It's such a lovely crystal. Or if you chose the Mystic Mondays Tarot, this will be your reading. So we're going to do one line for career and one line for your interpersonal relationships. I'm going to start off with a oracle message. Don't know if you can hear the thunder in the background. It's very lovely. I love storms. I love the clearing energy of storms, that electricity in the air. So for your career line, I got freedom. For your career line, I have freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness and imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Both of these are so beautiful. I see third eye and heart activation with this green and pink here and this beautiful amethyst color here. Okay, so right off the bat, you're either already in a creative field or you're leaving what you're currently doing to do something creative. You're no longer going to hold back, taking that risk, trying something new. Perhaps this is a career field that you've, never even thought of to do before, but your heart's been calling you to it. And I think the reason you're opening up to it is you've recently started a spiritual practice, or it almost feels like someone invited you to a meditation circle or a drumming circle or something along those lines, and it really sparked something in you, and now you're delving into figuring out what does spirituality mean to you, how you want to express yourself in the world. What do you want to do here? What does your soul want to do here? Your purpose? Like very big questions came up to you when you were in this circle, this retreat. So we're going to take 5 cards to clarify your career line. We've got the Queen of Cups in the reverse. You're definitely a very empathetic, very sensitive person. You could be a water sign, a Cancer, a Pisces, or a Scorpio. In the reverse here, it talks about feeling depleted emotionally. Like you pour your cup into so many things, into so many other people, and you have nothing left for yourself in the end. And you're learning to have better boundaries with your energy, with your care, with your nurture, because you're seeing how you want to pour into your own creativity, your own expression, into what you want to create and do in this life. And you can't do that from an empty cup. And that's a huge realization, especially for someone who is very caring and has trouble saying no. So that's a really beautiful realization you've made. And I love how there's green in this card as well. It really talks to me about noticing your heart chakra and giving it what it needs. Wow, look at that. 2 queen cards in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles, a resourceful king, an abundant queen, a very nurturing queen as well. But she's in the reverse too. Talking about how, wow, that's very loud thunder. Can I give that a moment? Talking about how there's like a pull on your resources, on your energy. You're feeling ungrounded. You feel like you don't have enough for yourself. Very depleted on both ends. Energetically, emotionally, physically. It could have been what spurred on this retreat, this meditation circle, yoga, whatever it might have been. Kind of like an attempt to self-care that instead opens a spiritual door for you. Sometimes it has to be like that, right? We hit rock bottom before we take note of what is actually causing us harm, what is actually not okay. You know, feeling this drained, this depleted, having so many pulls on our time, on our energy. Wow, the devil in reverse. Yes, beautiful. Breaking a bad habit, breaking an addiction. I feel in your case, it's breaking an addiction to people pleasing or to over committing yourself, to not realizing that you are, you know, a human being requiring rest and care and nurture as well. You can't always be the one taking care of everyone else. And it could have been an addiction to feeling needed, to feeling important, sometimes even to the recognition you got, like, wow, you know, this person's so amazing. They do all of this work. They are so involved in all of these different projects and helping all these different people. There's a limit to everything. And I think you're finally getting that it was almost an addiction to the recognition, to the feelings of, you know, being needed at your own detriment. I'm taking the thunder as confirmation, so, you know, take that as you will. 5 of Cups here in the reverse. You were almost like despondent with how you kept giving, but no one was taking note of how much you needed care too. And so you just kept giving and giving and giving. And it made you focus on how it was depleting your cups, and yet no one was refilling your own cups. You see how these 3 cups here are filled with this orange liquid, and then these 2 with like a more of a calm bluish purple liquid. It's almost like your cups were filling with resentment and poison because you were so overextended and you had so little left for yourself. I mean, this is a real story. I'm not doing this for dramatic effect, but it's very interesting that it's happening. The last card here, King of Wands, finding your fire again, finding your passion again. And it's a king card. You know, this is, again, like the queen, the top of the deck when it comes to wands. This is someone who is driven by passion. They don't overcommit. They don't do something out of obligation. They are driven to do it. They are committed. They have fire. They have drive. And they have the energy to see it through because they know how to conserve their energy, but also kind of have this charm and charisma to attract the right people to collaborate with them. They don't take it all on themselves. They make sure that they're a leader that has a group of people that are equally as motivated and equally as driven. So they're sharing the load, they're sharing the work. So I see that for you, the shift that you've made. And it's really lovely because this is a deep realization of being overcommitted and overextended and having that addiction to it. And how you're flipping that over and saying, no, I'm going to find my passion. I'm going to find my purpose. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to commit to obligations that aren't aligned with me anymore, that I don't feel valued in, that I don't have a drive for or the energy for. And it's okay to say no. I really love this for you. Let's get you a oracle card for your career line. Some further clarification. I think as you do the meditative work, as you do the introspective work, it's going to become very clear what you are motivated by. You might already know what you're passionate about, what drives you, what you want to do in your career. So let's clarify. Time to go, 45. Yeah. I'm going to read you the career message, but it feels very much like you're letting go what no longer is aligned with you to go find your passion, to go do what you're meant to do. I love that for you. 45. I'm going to read you the prosperity message. So the essential meaning is ending, completing, walking away from something because there is nothing else to learn or experience. And the prosperity message says, this message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will not find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It is time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You've finished your task and can rest assured that this ending will open up powerful new avenues of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that Spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you conclude this chapter of your life. And remember that when you close one door, another opens. Absolutely. You're like so done with this draining chapter in your life. And it's time for a new one. Love that. Let's get you your interpersonal line here. Whatever type of relationship wants to come through. I fell on the floor. I'm going to grab it. It says, indecision. I use my intuition in all aspects of life. Now you're growing your intuitive muscle, I want to say. And sometimes when we do that, there's some hard truths about relationships that we're in that we refuse to see in the past, or we're blind to because we were so used to or familiar with a particular cycle. And then when we see it through a new perspective, we realize how much our boundaries were overstepped, how much hurt and almost like unfairness and an unequal, balance in that relationship there was. And it could have stemmed from programming we had younger, when, we saw other relationships being modeled for us when we were younger, or relationships we had with parents that come back and say, you know what, that's not okay. And we want better for ourselves. Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning. Divinely coming in. This usually means a new career. And so to me, it feels like you're going to meet someone when you switch this career path, when you go into the project that brings you passion. You might meet the right group of people. You might meet your soul family. A partnership that's really inspiring, where you're on the same level. Look at this, 2 aces back to back. Beautiful. Ace of Cups, a new partnership. Opening up to a friendship, to a soul connection. A lot of new things happen for you in the relationship realm. The friendship, partnership, oh my goodness. Riding into victory, Chariot. I love that for you. There could have been a period of your life where you felt very disconnected from others, misunderstood, or you just couldn't find your fit. But this new beginning lets you ride into victory, into success, into that, happy ever after kind of energy. So it just feels like you're really feeling understood, and that propels you and motivates you even further. Yeah, I love that. 3 of Cups. Having the right collaboration, the right people around you. that leads to success. I really feel these two lines are connected. Like once you make the decision to leave whatever this is and start your own project, goal, business, whatever it might be, you'll meet the right people, the right collaborators, the right soul tribe, and it's all going to be interconnected. Like these will be really strong friendships. These will be people who you really connect with on a soul level. Look at that, 8 of Pentacles. This is learning, this is honing a craft, this is mastery. It's mastering a skill that brings you so much fortune and abundance. And I love that it's a creative endeavor that she's doing too. It's, you know, it's painting, it's art. So that's why I'm saying these two lines are so interconnected. It's like when you start doing what your soul calls you to do for a career, for, you know, a job, a goal, a business, everything falls into place in your relationships as well. And that's, I don't see a romantic relationship. I just see a really close-knit group that is very on the same level, very supportive, very collaborative. So these could be other artists, other healers, people who are in the same field as you. And you're all collaborating together. Buy the book. Let's see what the interpersonal or relationship message is for that one, number 11. I kind of love that it's a little family too. So yeah, it does feel like a soul family coming through here for you. Essential meeting. Abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural and family customs, universal law. And in the relationship, getting along with others entails understanding and respecting who they have become as a result of their environment, culture, and experience. Find the middle ground that allows the relationship to flourish while honoring the individuality of the other person. Play things by the book instead of trying to break the rules or pressure others to conform to the way you want them to be. Your connection will deepen as a result. I feel like this is also speaking to you. You're going to be with people who aren't going to make you feel like you have to change yourself, like you have to overgive, like you have to overcommit to earn their love. They're going to meet you where you are. They're going to respect you. They're going to respect your boundaries, and they're going to appreciate you. This is definitely a two-way street. Final message, Azalea, Temperance. Find balance and be centered. Yeah, beautiful. Don't overextend yourself. This is a time where you should be giving and receiving. It's a flow. It's reciprocal in your relationships and in your career. I hope this has resonated. If it has, send me a like, send me a comment, and if you so feel inclined, you can subscribe to my channel for more readings like this.